All right. It's a new week. My new week streams Tuesday. Okay, I got my camera on. What am I doing here? I'm doing one of those freaking boomers who has the camera at the completely wrong angle when they're doing Zoom meetings or worse still, freaking TV appearances. Jesus, that always does my head in. When someone is appearing on TV and they're doing it via webcam and the framing is just shite. It's ridiculous. Hello, Greg. How are you this evening? Ooh, what's going on here? I've done something foolish. All right, this could get disorienting while I try and fix this. That shouldn't be under that wire. That should be over that wire. I'll celebrate. I think we're back. There you go. That was not too tumultuous, hopefully. I can but hope I haven't traumatized anyone with that little misadventure. Wait, I pull myself. But after this clarified old fashioned. All right. Dot. All right. And I'm trying to think what's happening this week. It's like, why can't I find... It's peeler because it's on the floor. That would be why I can't find it. Jazzmania, hello. Yes, happy birthday, Gene Rodenberry and Jonathan Frakes. Birthdays Star Trek fans might like to celebrate. Right. Just getting organized. Orange oil on my glass, 'cause I'm a fancy motherfucker. I think that is too much pith. We are going to trim some of it off. Off with its head. Yeah, that's probably enough. I don't want to get overly fussy. I'll just get a little bit fussy. Do you know what? I'll get another piece of l'orange peel. Got to use old orange up this week because it'll go off anyway. Maybe trim. This one doesn't seem so bad, but I'll trim a little bit. Take the pith a little bit. Hey, Heine, how you going, mate? I'm just getting myself settled in, pouring a drink, putting the fancy extras in. And when we're talking fancy extras, we, of course, need to include cherries. It's already going to pour off some of the cherry syrup. I think this week, Friday, might be cherry syrup night. I've been meaning for quite a while. Fuck, I can't fucking stab a cherry. I need to empty some syrup out here so I can stab a cherry more easily. They just move around. That was one. Ooh, got two. There you go. Good. Glad to hear it, my man. So, Yes, so I do actually have a lot of leftover syrup from other jars of cherries. Should be like a little tip. How to use up your extra cherry syrup. Make a few cocktails that have cherry syrup in them. Trying to do theme cocktails around. Look, cocktail hacks are a hack for using up your cherry syrup. I mean, it's good just on pancakes, I'll tell you that much. Ice cream, it's really good on ice cream. Waffles, it's just a good addition to dessert, is what I'm saying. But that's not really a rocket surgery to say that, is it? Oh, use a syrup on a dessert. That's innovative. Oh, man. I clarified in old-fashioned window. Very interesting flavor. I have a crazy person. Looks like dude is... oh, God. Got someone just outside breaking bottles and going off. Ugh. You always worry about that. Like, seriously, on one level, if someone is not doing well in a particular way, you sometimes see them in public transport outside your house. At one level, it's like, okay, I don't want to be in danger from that person. But I guess a significant majority of the time you're not in danger from them. And it's like, man, they need looking after. So, honey, you reckon he has a shopping trolley, he was collecting cans for the 10 cents? Or did life just get too much? Or did he realize he had some bottles that didn't have a 10-cent on them? Or, well, again, hey, hopefully no one is hurt or even too inconvenienced by the guy, because it can be quite off-putting and disturbing when someone's going right off. And hopefully he's okay. Raise the purple. Oh, the lights? See, I never really know what they look like for you, because I'm on my older laptop because my newer laptop broke. Dr. Abigail may or may not be able to fix it. And the screen. Oh, it's cooling. Okay. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, just on a whim changed the color of the lights. Obviously, because I can. Yeah. I know, you reckon it was just too much for the guy screaming and angry? Yeah, get them a bit. I haven't really seen someone shouting at the sky, having an angry conversation with God for a while. Definitely seen people having conversations with someone who isn't there, or maybe they're just saying shit to the world in general. There's one guy, he's not that old. I don't know why I find it more disturbing when it's younger people with clear mental health crisis, and then I worry they're not getting any care at all. But he's youngish, possibly only still in his 20s, on a tram, and he's not that ratty, but he was a bit, and he was having an extremely focused conversation with someone who wasn't there. It's about how cartoons were different when he was a kid, and what kids watch today is different. And it's kind of fascinating when you get someone who is not one of the random, rambly, ranty ones, but he's incredibly focused. Like, it did seem quite clear in his mind he was talking to a very specific person who wasn't there. But he's trying to organise a couple of weeks off for November before summer, back on 8-hour weeks. Jesus. Well, I hope you get a break, Mon. Organise some overnighters with Mrs. Angry. Sort of spacing them out. It's like one in September, one in November, one in December. Just having little breaks. Places we like to go. things we like to do. You know, I don't know. We haven't had a really big holiday in ages. But as she was suspecting, like, a niece of hers might be getting married, maybe we get an invitation. Maybe that's the impetus to go see her family in England again. Folk we have not seen in the flesh for quite a while. Doing an 84-hour work week with someone, Jesus. That was security. I lose track of when you were doing security and when you were doing construction. Too many hours on both of them. And also seem quite punishing to your health, I must say. That was security. Okay, yeah. Oof, the stress of that shit, though. Just what numpty are you dealing with tonight? Like, even if it's just people with shitty attitudes, that'd wear you down. But the fact that you have to deal with violence, it's just like, damn. It was 2 years ago you left construction. Well, I don't know, dude. Your jobs are just nightmares. Like, you work too hard for what seems too little respect and recognition from the employers, no matter what you're in. But God, isn't that just the world, quite honestly? Not me. I have a really cushy job. I am not complaining. I mean, I know from experience it's a job not everyone can do, or not everyone can do as well as me, because that's why they took me on, because it's like, oh, you're good at stuff that no one else here is good at. Can we keep you? And I'm like, sure you can. But I get stressed and fucking fatigue is fucking me up. Fucking COVID. Hate it. But at least no more office for the rest of the week. And I got some busy shit to do. I got like 2 intense days. Tomorrow in particular, if I can be really focused and intense tomorrow, I can maybe get most of the shit done that I have a maximum of 2 days to do. I'd rather not be stressing on the second day. I'd rather just stress on the first day and see if I can finish it all. Freaking bureaucracy shit, man. This is what I'm doing is bureaucracy. It's like, oh, I've got to write this, and it's got to go up to the very, very high ups. And it's just like, I got to fucking deal with it. Hey, Justin, how are you doing? It's a whole thing, as they say in the classics. Oh, I might. The real speech mannerism I'm quite conscious of that I have, and I'm going to do something, and I guess I don't want to be really forceful, and I just say to people, I might do this now. I might leave now. And instead of saying, I'll see you all, I'm leaving, I always go, I might leave. I might do that. And I'm going to do it. It's not a might. I am going to do it. But I think if I psychoanalyze myself, which you shouldn't really do because I'm not a professional, but fuck it. I'm irresponsible. Yeah. So if I psychoanalyze myself, it's like I'm not wanting to impinge on people or dictate to people what's happening, even though it's about me and I'm just going to do it. It is a mannerism that I'm quite conscious of, that I say I might when I mean I am going to. Not wanting to be domineering or something. I've got a bunch of these little sample bottles and sample pouches and things that I probably should have used up just to save space. I think, is this really leather? I got this bottle on a sale and I didn't realize, but it's in this weird leather packet. Leather pouch, like a coin purse. Wait, there's a label on the inside. Shine my torch on it. Maybe that says what it's made of. No, that just says made in China. Imported by Nick's Wine Merchants, I know that. Run de Venezuela. Classy It feels like suede. It actually... Anyone want a weird leather bag is what I'm saying. Windows 11. Oh, yeah. I literally just upgraded my machine to Windows 11 this evening. So I've got to see if it works tomorrow. Work? Raise, can we go back super straight? Miss the trend. Perfect memes. Okay. I need more context, Raise. I'm not quite getting super straight memes. What was that? I'd hate to admit I'm not completely down with every trend that exists, but I'm not recognizing that one. Anyway, okay. I am going to make another holder fashion. I don't know how much is in these two. Let us see. I'll go over here. Here. So. That's right. Okay. Go to Geo. Okay, how much does this little bottle hold? Okay, there's a plastic stopper inside there. Why is nothing coming out? Good. Yeah, 45 mils. Okay. So top it up with some of this one just because I've got it handy. All right. On some sugar syrup. Maybe I should have done that first. Use the whiskey to wash something out of the glass. Shazam, y'all. Okay. Come back over here. Some bitters. What do we got? Aromatic. Or Feed Brothers. I'm going to use Feed Brothers. Old-fashioned bitters. Nope, some of that mess. And maybe orange. 1 dash to brighten it up a bit. All right. Hopefully that's not too much bitters. So, Rays. Shit people come up with to say they're straight, claim to a super straight. Okay, now I need to look it up. Super straight memes. Super straight for laugh from r/memes. I'm not seeing any particularly funny memes. Anyway, I'll take your word for it. Took off for 5 seconds, then Nutters took it seriously. Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. Anything you will do ironically, weirdos will just take seriously and just be fuck it up. Like, going right back to, I remember stuff we're doing in primary school, doing like imaginary creatures and whatnot, and trying to explain to people it's only fun if you pretend it's real. Like, I don't think it's real, and I don't need you telling me it's not real, and I definitely don't want someone who dives in 1,000,000% and goes it's real. But you got to get that balance with, I'm going to give the appearance that I mean this when I really, really don't. But when you do that, there's always some freakazoid. Oh my God, Ray, Slenderman was friggin' awesome. Because the people who came up with the concept of Slenderman, if you're unfamiliar, I feel like everyone would know it. But if you're not, ages ago, I don't know, was it 20 years ago? I don't know. But some people came up with the idea, essentially, can we create an urban legend on the internet and get people to believe it? And they came up with this quite scary character called Slenderman. But what they did is they spent years seeding various forums with stories about Slenderman. They deliberately weren't pushing it. They deliberately weren't trying to make it widespread, but they spent years just seeding all these different forums with stories about Slender Man. And then they go, let's push it. And Marble Hornets is a really great series of internet videos. It's like found footage stuff. And it's genuinely unsettling, Marble Hornets. Even though, I knew Marble Hornets was fiction, but they did it really well. And again, Marble Hornets is incredibly slow burn. It's students making a student film called Marble Hornets, and it never finished. And guys going through all these footage and wondering what went wrong. And gradually it gets creepier and creepier. And without even telling you anything, Slenderman's in the background of some shots, and they don't even draw attention to it, and then progressively it gets more explicitly about Slenderman. But anyway, so when it broke, people were, well, that's obviously not real. And people say, oh, I heard stories about Frank. And they would find stuff from 5 years ago on the internet talking about Slenderman. And then like, what the fuck? Is it real? And they just had the patience to set it up and just seed all this information out there. And it was pretty awesome, quite honestly. Hello, Madam Butterfly. How are you today? Cheers, y'all. I like old fashions with really tasty whiskeys in them. Actually, I don't know if I ever watched all of Marble Hornets. I do remember I chose to watch it at night when everyone else in the house was out. And I watched quite a few episodes of it. And I was going, oh, this is getting fucking creepy right now. Oh, yeah, Rays, the creators deserve to get professional filmmaking careers out of that. They friggin' they were so patient and they put so much work into it. Just even if no one had gone and set the mythology of Slenderman in place, just the creation of the Marble Hornets videos was just so clever and so well done. And again, so patient. It was slow burn and then not doing jump scares, but it just eventually gets super friggin' creepy. Just ChatGPT got an upgrade. You can ask it to think longer before giving you an answer. I've not delved into it. I've seen a bunch of articles where, I don't know, OpenAI wanted to make it less sycophantic. So some people saying they don't like it as much. But there's a few of the large language models where you can put them in serious research mode and they take longer to compile stuff, and they tend to return information with more depth and fewer mistakes. They still produce mistakes. It was crazy. They even used other platforms like Twitter, had acting like it was hacked, like Blair Witch on Sarah. That was the thing. The people who developed Slenderman were so fucking patient. They put little breadcrumbs about Slenderman everywhere for years before they finally pushed it and said, hey, everyone, isn't Slenderman scary? it was so fucking clever to have just put all these Slender Man references going back years. So people are going, what the fuck? Is this real? It was funny because, like, Blair Witch, some people were really, because that was the first really compelling found footage horror film. And some people were super convinced it was real. Like, these young people actually went missing, and the found footage was turned into a documentary, which, I don't know, sort of shows how exploitative media has become. If people could think that would be something you could do and get away with, because there is so much fucking exploitative media out there. And even I do remember when the film was released, there was some, documentaries, not about Blair Witch, but about it was the family of the missing people, and they were really angry. This movie, the Blair Witch Project, was coming out. They said it was exploiting the memory of their family members, so they were producing fake interviews with people saying the Blair Witch movie shouldn't be allowed to be played anywhere because it's exploitative. It was like meta. It was so many levels. I agree, Ray's. It was such early days of the internet. It was easier to hook people's imagination with the Blair Witch. And, oh God, Ray's, you reckon only a few years earlier wrestling was real? Some people still think it is. Just Tassie. I don't want to be too disparaging of Tassie politics, but, like, who cares? I did see some article that Labor thought maybe they could form a minority government, and they failed, and so it's still a Liberal minority government there. Tassie, what are you even about? It's nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on in Tassie. It's confusing and strange, and we're all being subject to it. So, what can you say? I think I need to. Okay, these glasses slip down my nose and press my nose in it, and that makes my nose run. We are the end of an era. Howard Stern's contract may finally be. Is Howard Stern still on a radio network? It's like everyone does podcasts now, Howard. Justin they offered nothing to the Greens, so the Greens said no. Yeah. Well, not shy about talking about the shortcomings of various state and federal labors. Yeah, you know what? I need to disappear for a second and get, by a second, I mean up to 30 seconds, 60 seconds maybe, and get a tissue because it's getting annoying. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Promise I'll blow my nose off camera if I want to blow my nose. They might get some sound effects. That's right, Ray's serious. But Jesus, surely he doesn't need the money anymore. And again, he could just go do a podcast and probably make a fortune. Honey, saw Stern on Letterman's interview series. See him stuck in his glory days. I mean, Yeah, I mean, maybe. Oh god, Eric Abetz is treasurer in Tasmania. He was federal for a while. If I remember rightly, he was federal and lost his seat, and then he went state in Tassie. Fucking son of Nazi, like literal. It's kind of like you go, oh, what conservative? He's a Nazi. Um, his dad was literally a soldier in the Nazi army. Or was it his uncle? I don't know, but he's got a Nazi family. Do you reckon Stern was never great, just controversial? And when others did controversy better, he was done. You reckon he was a shitty? See, I was never that interested. I did watch his movie actually. Yeah. Oh, good God. That snuck up on me. Okay, it was his uncle, Justin. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it comes from a literal Nazi family. And I have questions about him, I gotta say. Uh, yeah, I mean, like, Joe Rogan is a fruitcake and a genuine idiot and gullible and irresponsible, but he's a reasonably good interviewer. Right, is Punk's here to promote New World Tour? Oh, Pink. Just yeah, that's a good question. I think, Justin, how old is Eric Abetz? Eric Abetz. 60. Oh, okay, he's not that old. I thought he was maybe 10 years older than that. That's just kind of normal uh, retirement age, not like super creepy US politics, particularly the Democrats, when people who look like they're actually dead keep trying to keep their claws on power, even though they're in their 80s and their brains turn to putty. I mean, we have a couple of weird, embarrassing people in Australian politics, but Jesus, there's some hideously embarrassing ones in the US. Ray Rogan's, you reckon he's awesome? Yeah, well, when he gets super stoned, people's judgment tends to be more than a tad impaired when they get stoned. But yeah, I was just comparing him to Stern, like you were saying. Stern's a shit interviewer. Um, I have a lot of problems with Rogan, but he's a reasonably good interviewer. I guess when he's, and I'll take your judgment on it because I do not listen to. Oh, I suppose you can watch him as well. I don't listen or see much Rogan, but he does seem when he's on form to be a reasonable interviewer. Um, oh god, so stuffed up. God damn it. Justin Trump wants to end mail-in voting. Well, the Republicans have spent decades, like at least 4 or 5 decades, trying to make voting more difficult for people that they think don't vote for them. So I don't know. There's so much weirdness, lunacy, and fuckery in Trump land. I don't even know what's serious. I don't even know what's a thing they think they'll get away with, and what's just fucking taunting people. It's all so weird and fucked up. Oh, I'm going to add some. I'm going to have a drink. And I'm going to add some. Cool. Is that the last? I thought there were more than one can in there. Well, I've got a backup box. That's okay. I have to see if anyone's got it half price this week. Always when I get these things, when they're half price. Because I'm a cheap ass motherfucker. All right. What do I got here? My cherry shrub. Yeah, I think I should just use this up. I think I've had this like for fucking ever. My vinegar cordial. There you go. It's a cute little bottle. I think I might keep the bottle. It's a good size. 250 mils. Could be useful for little cocktails. I'm going to keep that, I think. Ray's. Oh, there are some great interviewers on YouTube. Interestingly, on YouTube, I noticed virtually everyone's got a fucking podcast these days. Various comedians and actors, and it's fucking smart because if you can be at all interesting, you can make a decent income stream from podcasts. So it's a smart thing to do. You know, it's a freaking. Way back when I started my YouTube channel, I'd been writing stuff on my blog, which I haven't touched in years, and people saying like, "Oh yeah, you should like record these, do a podcast," and I went straight to YouTube because I got broadband. I'm going to go, instead of going from print to audio, I'm going to go from print to video. Still was probably a mistake to not do a podcast back when podcast was new and get an audience. Then when podcasts blew up, I probably could have benefited from it. Oh, well. Yeah, Raise, it's really interesting. Like the various people who have other careers, notably comedians, and it makes sense for comedians to do podcasts and be successful because they're funny and they can talk. And the other thing is the people who have famous friends, they get their famous friends on the podcast. And because, actors and comedians are always trying to promote something. So, yeah, if you got the contacts and they trust you, they'll come on your podcast. And Ray, you disagree? You should have just focused. Oh, yeah, that was a big thing. YouTube changed and I didn't. It's that simple. Yeah, and look, I don't regret the things I did. I enjoyed them. It was fun. And it just got to the point where I didn't want to pursue that anymore. So I just did shit that I thought was fun. And yeah, then I don't know, COVID was just so fucked up. I dialed way back and just do this, just chill hangouts. Because I kind of like chill hangouts. It's just faux socializing. I act like I'm interacting with human beings, but I don't have to leave the house. So, that's pretty good. Not leaving the house and all. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I could have done different, but I didn't, and that's cool. It was a thing. It lasted for a while. Hayes honestly could come back. Have to do more passive. Oh yeah, no. I definitely wouldn't do the full-on angry screaming stuff. I there's no way I'd do that anymore. But also, as you know, I've just done, serious thinking about it, and given that I have a, stable job and I'm an old man, you know, I'm just sort of geared up that I can, spend 10 years sliding into retirement. I really would not want to fuck that up. And getting notoriety on the internet can cause static with a day job. And so I just saw the trying to get attention online had devolved to the point where it would be very difficult to get upside and very easy to get significant downside. So why would I fucking do it? If there was only a tiny chance it would work out for me and a much larger chance it would fuck up my day job, then why would I do it? Just in my retirement plan, I have 2 retirement plans because you shouldn't limit yourself to one plan. One is winning lotto. 2 is the complete collapse of society, so nothing matters. I think 2 is the one that's going to come true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Justin, if you just mean what am I going to do when I'm retired? Yeah, Raisy's right. I'm just going to drink my booze. But if you meant, but when I think retirement plan is like, how will I be able to afford retirement? Like I said, it's either winning lotto or complete collapse of society. Keep rewatching Mad Max Fury Road like it's a training video for the apocalypse, the post-apocalypse. So, yes, my view's kind of bleak. Well, yeah, alternatively, my modest crypto might pay off. I did get talked into buying some crypto about 5 years ago by a friend. And weirdly, it was arguably a very bad time to buy because in the year following me buying crypto, it cratered and the price went way down. And I mean, I didn't say, I just held on to it. But now 5 years later, it's worth much more than I paid for it. And maybe in the future it'll be more. Maybe it'll be less. Raise 100% sure you'll die before you can figure out retirement. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Safa, how you doing? Mango, coconut, chicken, and salad for dinner. Fancy motherfucker. I like it, Safa. I had a microwave lasagna. Justin, China might invade Taiwan. Yeah, dude, there's a million things that could bring on the collapse. It's by far the most likely way my retirement plays out. The IINet hack. I did not hear about an IINet hack. Let me look at news. Doesn't seem to be hitting the news. Oh, Jesus Christ, the Israeli government are a pack of cunts. Absolute steaming pile of shit. It's like way too late, but at least, I don't know, the Albanese government seems to be finally getting something approaching a spine. Here we go. Ooh, ABC. Dun dun dun. How'd I miss this? Cyber attack exposes details of thousands of internet customers. Okay. Second largest internet provider compromised the email address, phone numbers of hundreds of thousands of customers. Neat. Everyone gets way more spam emails and phone calls. 280,000 active email addresses, 20,000 landline phone. Landlines. I haven't had a call on the landline for ages. She's like, yeah, landline's ringing. I'm going to answer it, even though I know it's a scam call. because no one in the world, including me, knows my landline number. 10,000 usernames. Ooh, that's bad. Street addresses and phone numbers. Modem setup pass. Ooh, that's bad. Damn. Hack was confirmed on Saturday, but customers didn't get notified until Tuesday morning. Damn, that's bad. Fuck me. That is actually bad. I have a landline that's part of my internet bundle, actually. Oh, Raise, I know my family's old phone number from Dubbo from when I was a kid. So yeah, I never give anyone my landline number because, like I said, I don't even know it. I probably got it written down somewhere. It was like it hasn't rung in ages. There was a period when there were more calls, but it hasn't rung in ages. But if it rings, I try and answer it. I normally answer with, "Holy crap, you called my landline!" And then the scammer hangs up. Safa, no new Toby mail, but there's still like 50 that I haven't opened. Do you want me to open some? I bet you do. Safa, landlines were very popular until about, how long ago? 20 years ago? Oh, God, what's this? God, this is just a fucking poor state. Hot and spicy noodles with barbecue sauce. Cheesy bites. Where the fuck is this from? Oh, God, my old eyes. I swear, the lights in here are not very bright. Where is this? Carry out. Toby got some takeaway. It's got his name on it. Pan hot and spicy veggie. Cheesy spud bites. Where the fuck was this from, Toby? Oh, it's Pizza Hut. It is a weird pizza. That's a new one at least. A Pizza Hut order. All right, let's open some more Toby mail. What's this one? Feels like there's a bit more in this one. Ooh, something plastic. Okay, that is unsettling. This is literally just a plastic bag. Swear to God, Toby is just going to great lengths to weird me out. Hi, the beginning and the end of landlines was naked ADSL. Internet but no phone. It is true, home for the elderly. Mobiles. Oh, okay. This is at least a bit different. Weird Toby mail. What's this? A printout. Oh, God. He has sent me like a dozen of these. Let the Catholics get direct debits from my bank account. No. Justin. What does Mrs. Angry, as a psychologist, think of Toby mail? Good question. All right, what's this one? Gonna open a couple more Toby mails. I think this is a takeaway order again. Oh yeah, it's one of his McDonald's orders. Hash browns and fries. That's an interesting order. Coffee with caramel syrup and a Big Mac. No Big Mac sauce. Oh, I love that. He got Big Mac sauce, but no Big Mac. So he's going to dip his hash browns and fries in the Big Mac sauce. Hey, Hannah. And hey, Redfoot, how are you? Justin, Mrs. Angry knows about Toby mail. Oh, hopefully chili oil was some. Therefore, not sleep deprived. Glad to hear that. Okay, this is one of these weird. Okay, thing with his stamp. Oh, yeah, that Christian's trying to cash in on Anzac Day. So I'm kind of intrigued. I got an email today from Starwood. They're doing a Father's Day thing at the distillery that sounds really good. I have to talk to Mrs. Angry if I deserve a Father's Day treat. Ray, you want to see the post office reaction when he's in there putting receipts in envelopes, mailing them the same? I don't know if he talks to anyone when he does it. This is called okay. Red Bull and Pepsi Max. Not iced coffee. Hannah with the super baby update. Last surgery today to deal with the infection. Doing well. Yeah, keep the good vibes for super baby. Oh yeah, Safa. Sorry, I've got the warning of the low quality as well. Okay. I think Mac sauce is pretty good as well. In the supermarkets here, they have like a knockoff of Big Mac sauce. They just call it hamburger sauce. It's not bad. Okay, this is the last Toby Malamo. It's the intelligence. Okay, he hasn't found any new Christian things for a while. So, Home for the Elderly, I was just saying Starwood are doing a special Father's Day thing in the distillery. I might go there. Redford in high school used to buy hamburgers with mac sauce on the side. Used to be free. Nice. Hannah, convinced good vibes, good juju is what's working. I think so. I think the collective good vibes is working. And yes, you are right. I think the next logical step is starting a cult. I did like the time as one of the streamers was playing with Chat GPT, trying to have it say I was so charismatic I should start a cult. Heaven's Gate. Oof. Okay. Funniest thing that happened, Heaven's Gate was like way back in the 90s. Some weird Californian death cult. My ex, who I was with at the time, she's Filipina, spent most of her life in Australia, but was actually born in the Philippines. And when all those Heaven's Gate cult members off themselves, it's like someone wasn't at the cult compound at the day and so didn't go. It was a Filipino. And I was on this, this was back in the days of being in Usenet news groups. And there's a Filipino Usenet group. And everyone's going like, okay, why didn't the Filipino go on the UFO with the rest of Heaven's Gate? And holy shit, there were some funny answers. And you have to know Filipino culture to know them. One was they wouldn't let him take his balikbayan boxes on. Filipinos have a habit traveling internationally instead of using luggage, putting stuff in boxes, and airport staff fucking hate it, but Filipinos think it's normal. The other one is they have this really aromatic shrimp sauce. It's fucking horrible, honestly. It's so strong. And they're like, they wouldn't let him on the UFO because he was cooking that stuff in the kitchen. And I like asking ChatGPT to roast people. Nice. I like asking it to be sarcastic, honestly. Raise, is the Heaven's Gate website still being run by whoever left? Maybe. Safa, I reckon last night was probably the coldest night of the year. It was sub-zero. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Last Friday night, I did take my barrel-aged Sazerac out of the barrel, chocolate Sazerac, which is fucking awesome. Yeah, Ray's getting sponsored by Nike. That was so fucking weird. Yeah, it's friggin' wild. Safa, okay, getting into office. Okay, so Monday car park was busier than most Mondays, but the train was about the same. Now, this morning, train car park was nearly empty, which is unusual for a Tuesday. And then friggin' trains cancelled and shit. And so I guess I only had to wait 15 minutes. Still annoying. And then there were tram fuck ups in the city. I had to wait 10 minutes. So I was kind of pissed off this morning, quite honestly. Date night, we went to a place called Lion Wombat in St Kilda, and they were reasonably busy, not overwhelmed, but they were reasonably busy, and we had a good night. Project Redfoot, hotter than hell in Boston. We're looking forward to our first 20 Celsius day this week since, last summer. Waco is sponsored by the NRA. What was weird? Okay, you're saying Jonestown Kool-Aid. That's still a thing people say. If you completely believe like the hype of what a company is saying or what someone said, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. So when we finished date night, okay, our booking was for 7. We were home at about 9:30. I tell you what, though, we were sitting at the bar. This place had a couple of different options of where to sit, and we were like, and one of them was at the bar. And so, well, let's sit at the bar. We'll talk to the bartender. And it was different staff to last time we were there. So I don't know if they've changed staff or if it's just people working different nights. But it was this guy, and we were talking to him about cocktails and what he likes to make. And he mentioned that like he'd won some cocktail competitions, and we're like, oh, I want to taste what you made when you won the cocktail competition. So he made us one of his winning recipes, which is pretty good. Justin's still cold Canberra, still cold here, mate. Oh God, Redfoot. Jim Jones was too cheap to buy real Kool-Aid. That's hilarious. Hannah deciding between ice creams for dinner. Infectious to soul foods hurt. Choice of red bean fish shape. Oh my God. I was really tempted by those fish-shaped ones. They have them at the Coles near me. I've been super tempted by them. I haven't had them. Mind you, I've been going to the Woolies. Last couple of weeks, they've had Biscoff ice creams with white chocolate, and it's a really thick, chunky white chocolate coating. They've been like 40% off for weeks. I'm like, fuck yeah! Just buy lots of Biscoff ice creams. But the fish ones, I know what you're talking about with the fish ones. Really tempted. Strawberry jam, fish ones are good. Red bean. Okay. I think getting the red bean ones is being adventurous, maybe taking a risk. But I have had various sort of Asian confectionery with red bean stuff that's been good. Yeah, Justin, you've been talking about a move back to Melbourne. But, whatever works for you, man. Recommending the Malona ones. Really nice honeydew flavor. Nice. I'm definitely going to have to try one of those fish dessert things because they just look fascinating. Mind you, oh my God, there's a kind of a suburb or so over. There's a convenience store that's just full of, all these Asian treats, but including booze. They had like alcoholic ice cream flavored beverage, and it really did taste like ice cream and booze. I haven't had it, but it's a little bit overpriced. Like I could probably make my own version. Speaking of which, I've got eggnog in the fridge. Maybe I can go and get it. Project Redfoot fish cakes rule. Nice. Razor's gonna cook. And they head to the gym. Jeez, dude, you're all over it. How much has Melbourne changed in 10 years? Dude, I don't know. I've been here for 5 years? No, I've been here for fucking 30 years. What the fuck am I even talking about? I don't know. No, wait. I moved between 25 and 30 years ago. Yeah. I don't know, man. Probably more expensive. I don't know. And you prefer Asian snacks and desserts, not as sweet. Yeah, it varies. But yeah, I love Japanese milk confectionery. It's fucking yum. Oh, I feel that you reckon changed a lot under Dan Andrews. Yeah, it's just like when you're here, because it doesn't change quickly. It's just by osmosis. But I think, like, if you haven't spent a lot of time here for 10 years, it would probably feel really different. I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's all a bit confusing. Oh, I'm being reminded. I have my whiskey spirit in a barrel I was going to try on Friday. Yeah, I think anywhere if you go away for a few years, it's different. Oh, I mean, good changes with Dan Andrews, evidently. Getting rid of the level crossing is fucking awesome. It's so good. The ones in my suburb was such a big change. I think you're right, Justin. Sometimes it's small differences that you really notice. Oh, hostility. I didn't know what you meant with good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I mean, I know one thing that's probably changed things that I care about in the last 10 years. Melbourne cocktail culture has just gone up and up. So after they put in level crossings in the first place because it's easy, doing elevated or underpass train lines is expensive and difficult. Doing level crossings is easy. That's why they did it. And there's still hundreds of the fuckers. Justin Brighton's still Brighton. I mean, yeah, although Labor has these plans to do medium density housing near the train stations, pissing off old school Brighton residents, which is fun. You know what? I am going to go over and try my peated spirit in the barrel. See what we can see. Get a tasting glass. Try not to miss it. Which barrel is it? What the labels? That's the rum that I. Oh, Jesus Christ! The fucking labels fell off. Fuck you. Fucking hell. Oh, no, wait. Here it is. The corn spirit. Ah. Oh, what's in those? Fucking. Okay. One of them's got wine and one of them's got Applejack. Okay. Try my peated spirit. This still doesn't have much color. Okay. That's really interesting to me. And it's still fucking cloudy, actually. It's the first time that's happened. Okay. Come over here and taste it. Maybe I'm just leaving it in there for another freaking month or two. Just very lightly peated. Hannah, arsonist that was active in your area seems to be back. Target two really popular small businesses there. Like, damn. It's definitely like happens to the smoke places around here. Yeah, I think I have to leave it longer. I have more of the peated spirit. Maybe I could just add more peated spirit to it. I don't know. It does have a nice peating. So this is corn spirit and peated single malt. It's pretty mellow. Ooh. Damn. And just the smoke just follows through. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, we got new train tunnels in Melbourne. What are you trying out? The train tunnels or drinks or what? Hannah, your arsonist went after a cafe in a florist, damn. Yeah, in my neighborhood, there was a burger place and a smokes place. So and you reckon they caught the guy, then there was a gap, so he's done his time, he's back. That could be it. Trying the new train tunnels. Yeah, they're about to open, I think. They've really done a redevelopment of the underground bit with the stations, waiting for it to open. I love that. Having like, might look normal, but the nearest spicy lives within, like trains. Oof. Oh, it's got a little bit of bite, a little bit of smoke. Yeah, it can stay in there longer. It's so weird though, because it's cloudy. It's a very light yellow. Expected it to go darker. Oh well. Oh god, that's again, speaking of that, that's what I have to send to you next time, Charlie. Did I send you barrel staves before, Charlie? Because I meant to, and I don't remember if I did. Because I forget things. I did. Okay, cool. I sent you some barrel staves. Nice. Also, anyone who wants to experiment, I'll send you a barrel stave. So you see how it's charred on the inside? That's meant to put the flavor in. So you could put this in a bottle of cheap whiskey for, I don't know, a month or two. Oh, you've got one in a bottle of twofold. That's what you want. You want to leave it for taste it like after a month or so and see if you think it's changed the flavor of it. Nice. That's really tasty. Visually, I'm a bit, what's that about? God, it really fucking tastes like Isla Scotch, though. That weird Band-Aid flavor that you get in some scotches. The iodine sort of thing. Oh, yeah, you'll need a second bottle of twofold to compare it to. Oh, yeah. Home Fidelity, the new old fashioned. As I mentioned, I went to a Starwood event a while ago, and between talks they served us an old fashioned, and it was fucking awesome. And I said, "Oh, which Starwood did you use in that?" And they said, "Oh, this is the new old fashioned. We just bought it straight from the bottle. Fucking great." Yeah, like seriously, Home Fidelity, look it up. You'll see when people are talking about the taste of some scotches, particularly the peaty Isla ones, they'll mention it makes them think of Band-Aids. It's this weird iodine flavor. It kind of goes with the smoke nicely. But yeah, once the suggestion gets put in your head, this is like Band-Aids. You go, oh God. It's like Band-Aids. This is one of my real vibrant shirts, Safa. Very tropical. This is very party mood, this one. Yeah, hopefully Safa's standing in for Celtic. If he's not here, got to compliment the shirt. Oh, what's the time? It's only just after 9. Maybe I'll make myself. No, this is one of it. Oh, but in exciting shirt news, I have actually ordered some more shirts. First time in ages, like 6 or 12 months since I've had shirts. Greg doing a dance trip. Yeah. It was so funny when I finally decided to get a dance membership card. Like I was going, it's kind of probably the early days of COVID when I was getting serious about building up a collection. I was saying, I don't want a dance card. That makes me look like a rampant alcoholic. But then I saw some of the specials they gave for members, and I was like, fuck me, I'm getting a dance membership card. Because damn, they do some good specials for members from time to time. Mind you, if ever anyone wants my tip for a really nice whiskey at a decent markdown, Nick's Wine Merchants are currently doing markdowns on Gospel Rye whiskey, like 20, 30, 40 bucks off a bottle. Fucking great, because it's really good whiskey, and that is a really good price. So that's a little like it's just like like I said, I wish some of these people had sponsored me, because I'm just giving them free advertising. But but it is genuinely good prices. I was super tempted to get some, but it's like, I've got some. Yes, I could say I'm getting a backup bottle, but fuck it. No, I won't. I love the already doing your own VD update. I saw him having sex with an exhaust pipe while screaming out Michael Crawford deserves the Kennedy Award and Trump wants to have Putin's babies. That actually sounds real. That sounds fair. God, you made me think of this super fucked up comic from about 10 years ago called Crossed. As another apocalypse thing, arguably a kind of zombie variation thing. But the people making it decided they were just going to do the most offensive shit they could possibly do. And they really went there. How full on was the meeting with Putin and Trump? I don't know. It is super weird. Trump is convinced he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. He's determined to, have some sort of settlement between Russia and Ukraine, and then say he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. It's crazy. Everyone in the meeting came out looking like they saw a ghost. It's like so hard to know what is actually happening in those things. And because Trump is such a fucking loose unit, you're just like, what the fuck? Anything could be happening with that guy. You just don't know. It's a weird and wacky world. 9:13. Should I make another drink? I am kind of tempted. People said they looked ashen. Okay, I was not paying as much attention as you obviously were. I just kind of saw some headlines, and it's just like Trump was apparently less stupid and less unhinged than that last press conference him and his little monkey did with fucking Zelensky. But Jesus, it's just like, I don't know. I think trying to predict anything is absolutely a mug's game. It's just ridiculous. There's the thing, hopefully Trump does so much ridiculous shit. It's impossible to keep up with it. Well, who knows what's going to... The fucking Russia-Ukraine conflict is definitely going to be in history books. The day Putin asked fuck Trump. I feel like there's just been a lot of days when Putin asked fuck Trump, because Trump's really not very clever and Putin is fucking ruthless. Like, he just publicly and obviously murders people who question him. The oligarchs and that fucking mercenary guy. It's wild. Okay. Just came up with an idea. I'm gonna make myself a drink. A not so strong one. I'm thinking. Got some of the... it's just a little bit of the Starwood honeycomb left. I have another whole bottle of it. This is the original bottle. No, that's still a fair bit, actually. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to drink all that. But going to add some of my macadamia disappearing into the mysterious cupboard of mystery. Barrel-aged mac, don't mind if I do. Okay. All right. Okay, what's the time? I feel like I have to pee. Where did I put my phone? Honestly, I am off with the pixies. Where do I put things? Yeah, I think I need a pee break. Yeah, I'm refilling my drink. I don't know. Okay, now I've done this. I don't think I should drink eggnog as well. I do have some eggnog that I was going to drink. Maybe I'll drink it on Thursday. I also think I need a pee break. Honeycomb Starward and Brookie's Mac barrel-aged macadamia liqueur, which is so fucking good. But I'm going to, because it's like, if I stay at 10, that's still 45 minutes. There's no way I'm holding on. So I'm going for a pee break. Back in a minute. Ooh. Oof. All right. That was a lot of piss. Really had to do that. Have the elderly making a drink. I'm a bad influence. But that's okay. I just acknowledge I'm a bad influence. Oof. Okay. So, it's kind of like a rusty nail or a godfather. Ah, oh, fuck yeah. Ooh, that's really mellow. Check. God. What am I doing? God. Father. Cocktail. Scotch and amaretto. Yeah, this is kind of like a Godfather. Rusty nail cocktail. Scotch and Drambuie. Yeah, it is kind of in the Godfather, Rusty Nail territory. Friggin' yum. Oh, that's really tasty. Just mellow and tasty. I don't know how long I'm going to last because this fucking COVID fatigue is kicking my ass. Quite honestly. I feel like honeycomb styled lime juice, chili oil, ginger beer, half a shot of New Zealand. Oh, man. Damn. It's like a hell of a highball. Is that what we're calling it? A holy fucking shit? It's good? So you're really liking the chili oil. I'm not a chili person, so I didn't get any. But some of the packs they were offering with that chili oil thing, like get the new old fashioned and twofold, and that were really good value. You reckon it's more garlicky? Maybe you're a friggin' just a more spicy person than me. But like I said, if I can convince Mrs. Angry that I deserve to go to the Starwood Distillery for Father's Day, they're doing a thing where they have the chili oil in there as well. It's a warm your ears chili, not a mouth burn chili. We'll see. I have I bought a box of sort of whiskey condiments. I think it's from White Possums a couple of years ago. I've still got some of the whiskey sweet chili sauce in the fridge. It is actually really spicy. I occasionally put a bit of it in something. Oh yeah, the other. You come to Starwood. Sorry, you come to Melbourne. The list of places that we should visit very long. But yeah, I was even saying to Mrs. Angry the other day, I want to visit the Patient Wolf Distillery again. I haven't been there in ages, and I always had a good time whenever I went there. It's a gin distillery, and I do like my gin, but I am more of a whiskey person. Yes, if I had to choose, I would say, well, I choose whiskey. But fortunately, in this wild and crazy world of ours, I'm not forced to choose. So I can have gin sometimes and whiskey sometimes. The Star Wars down around Port Melbourne. It's not difficult to get to. Like I'm always, it's really easy if you're driving. I'm always going, public transport. There are some trams that aren't too far away. You just got to walk a few blocks from a tram stop. It's not difficult at all. You want to go? Oh, the restaurant with the trains on top. I know the one you. Wait, sorry. Is this a Melbourne thing you're talking about? Because I feel like I know what you're talking about, but maybe I'm wrong. But just like there are so many good cocktail bars off Brunswick Street. Yeah, so many good cocktail bars, so many good distilleries that are really close to the city. Just so many good places to go to, quite honestly. What do you go? Problem with the oil is there some fruits in it. Is that a problem? You'll take a sip. Okay. I'm intrigued by this. And then there's a floaty. Oh, right. Because you put the chili oil in your drink? Yeah. Oh, Greg knows. Oh, God. Greg knows all the places because Greg is a literal city dweller. Easy's is the place with the trains on top. Yeah. Oh, God. I had a bit of fun a couple Saturday nights ago scoping out cocktail bars. Went to a new place called 1 or 2 that Kirsten recommended to me. That was pretty good. I went to Beneath Driver Lane for the first time, and then I had food at Black Kite Commune. First time I'd been there in ages, and it's like, Jesus, this food's really fucking good. So, Greg, are the burgers at Easy's good? That is the big question. I'll suffer. Melbourne spanks Sydney with cocktail. See, okay, Sydney has a couple of good cocktail bars. Oh god, is that where you used to live, Greg? Above beneath Driver Lane? Okay. Dang. Yeah, I only went there for the first time like a couple of weeks ago. There's a whole bunch of the really well-known top-end fucking cocktail bars I haven't been to. I have to go to Nick and Nora's and a whole bunch of others. But burgers are okay at Easy's. Bit too far at the top. You know, I've had two good burgers recently. One was date night on Saturday night at the Lion and Wombat, and one was the Saturday before at friggin' Black Kite Commune. They were relatively simple. It wasn't like a stupid amount of toppings. It was like the beef, the meat, and a really good sauce. And they were both fucking awesome. In fact, it was really interesting. The one at Lion and Wombat, the burger patty was really deliberately charred. Like the outside was really black and it tasted so fucking good. Not many people char their burgers like that, and it was fucking good. So it's World Humanitarian Day. It's Aviation Day in the US. It's one of the Wright brothers' birthdays. I chose to go with the Trekkie theme tonight. Gene Roddenberry and Jonathan Frakes' birthday. Greg, beneath Driver Lane was something to do with Nika many years ago? I mean, probably. When I was there, it's like, they were having a jazz night. But yes, there's just so goddamn many things. But Death & Co. are opening a bar in Melbourne later this year. Kirsten worded me up. And was like, that sounds really good. It's probably going to be overrun when it opens. But we'll see. Melbourne Death & Co., I'm definitely going to have to go at some point. Have you had any randos? No! I kind of thought maybe I would. I did have one person come in early, say happy birthday, but we should get a live long and prosper, at least a boldly go tonight. Ooh, that's a good question, Happy Lady, and I think Greg would have a good call. Best burger place, Greg? I like the various suburban places. Sometimes there's a small chain, like they might have 2 or 3 outlets. Sometimes it's just one place, but different suburbs just have really good burgers. Hopefully, my favorite burger place. I probably do not have one favorite place, but I just friggin' like I've got some ones local to me that are really good. Having had the burger recently at Black Kite Commune, I recommend it. But also right next to Black Kite Commune, Bar and Pier. I've always liked their burgers. The one at Lion and Wombat was really good. They're just fucking everywhere. Good burger places everywhere. I did actually go. There's a Five Guys. In fact, I think there's a couple Five Guys outlets in Melbourne, but there's one in QV, which is just up the road from where I work. And I went there with one of my teammates a month or two ago. And Five Guys is pretty fucking good, quite honestly. Greg, depending on the type of burgers, 2 styles: American In-N-Out style, fish and chip. I do love old school fish and chip burgers. Greg, I get where you're coming from. Just old school fish and chip where they just it's a bun, it's a patty, it's a salad. That can be really good. I also do really love the American style stuff. I really love the Greek restaurants in Boston. I swear to fuck, like food culture in Melbourne is so good. There's 1,000 places you could go to. It's incredible. Yeah, home Philly, the Aussie burger with beetroot and pineapple and bacon and salad and a patty. Greg saying Simpsons burger, best fish and chip style burger. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Damn, I love burgers. It's like, that's surprising. Fat guy likes burgers. Yes, I do. I really fucking like burgers. And I've had 2 really good ones in the last 2 weeks. And I don't normally have burgers that often. That's like 2 Saturday nights in a row. I had really good but really different burgers. Honey, what's saying? Photographers out there. Has Adobe gotten rid of photography plan? I don't know. Hopefully, you and Soflife Burgers. Oh, I swear to fuck, where I used to live in East St Kilda, there was a park that was doing these food truck things most Saturdays, which I loved. And once a year, they had this burger festival, and there'd be like a dozen food trucks that specialized in burgers. And I was just like, fuck it. I'd go, and they were there all day, and I'd go there for an early lunch, and I'd have one or possibly two, and then I'd go back again 4 to 6 hours later and have another one. And it's just like so fucking good. So good. I haven't had a good food truck experience for a while, actually. I don't, maybe food trucks are passe. People don't do them so much anymore. But I don't know. I like Caulfield Markets, Caulfield Racetrack, first Sunday of the month. I feel like the respect went up after that story. No, but it was real. This burger day went on for like 8 hours or something. And I was just like, I need to try multiple of them. I'll go there at lunch and have some. And then I go back there again in the afternoon/evening and have it. Just like, and they were fucking awesome. There were so many different ones. It's just like, I need to do it. Even if, I then feel sick for 2 days, it's fine. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Honey, you're paid up till December. All right. Home fidelity. Do you get fully loaded double burgers? Oh, no. Yeah. Do I get a loaded one or a basic one? Look, it varies. Like one of them, I remember getting one that was pretty big. It was like smashed patties and bacon and all the shit. And I got one that was like American style barbecue. It was brisket, burnt ends. My number one meat eating experience in Melbourne is these guys called Burn City Smokers. I don't know if they're still running. Now I need to look them up. Burn City Smokers. What do we get when I look that up? Melbourne based. Yeah. Here we go. burncitysmokers.com.au. What are our boys doing? We got something for you. Premium barbecue. Ooh, you can get stuff delivered home. Come say hi. Go on, follow us on the gram. Let's chat. Come on, bros. Where are you? Okay, come say hi. Local eatery. Where are they? Their restaurant. Burn City Smokers. I fucking love these guys. They're brisket. They're in South Kingsville. So that's in the inner west over near Yarraville. Okay. God damn it. Maybe I have to go there again. Maybe this weekend. Young Ms. Angry actually moved to Yarraville, and I was talking about getting the offspring together. Everybody, you're eating, and I'm still making you hungry. Well, I'm winning then. I do love the US inspired barbecue. I found one in Sydney because my team at work, we do team lunches like once a month or something. Most of the time, we tend to go to like an Asian style place because there's just so many good ones. But I was going like, oh no, there's this American and Mexican barbecue place. We should go there. And they're like, yeah. Where's my phone? I saved a picture of it. It's down near Flinders Street Station. Let me see if I can find. I took a picture to remind me of it. No, that's not a thing. Where are we? I'm going through my photos. Man, that. Oh, Young Mr. Angry. Oh no, it's literally just called Street Taste, North American Kitchen and Bar. And I've never eaten there, but it looks really interesting. It's down near Flinders Street Station. I think it's on Elizabeth Street. I don't know. It looks fucking good though. Hopefully they do. I believe types. Oh yes, no, absolutely. The types of wood. If you're doing a wood or charcoal barbecue, the type of wood you use will infuse a different flavor in the meat. Definitely. So, where did I sleep? Oh, Mrs. Angry literally said to me because there was a period where I said like, I don't want to disturb Mrs. Angry. If I stay up past midnight, I'll sleep here or in the Zen room. She said recently, like, no, I miss you being in bed, so just come in. Okay, for reals. You can all tell me how drunk did I seem on Friday night because I think we finished at about 1 a.m. And I thought I wasn't that drunk, but Mrs. Angry said I was super loud. Sometimes I make a really big effort to be quiet. She says she doesn't even hear me come in. She said on Friday night / Saturday morning, she was sound asleep, but I woke her up because I was going in, and every time I moved, I was like, "Ugh." And I was like taking clothes, and I'm like, "Ugh." She said I was making so much. Yeah, I was more tired than drunk. I think that's what I was over the elderly. I was tired, but apparently I was just making a lot of noise. Every time I moved, I was like, "Ugh." She's just fucking ridiculous. I didn't think I was that drunk, but she said I made a lot of noise, and it was like, yeah, I think I was legit tired. And I am, when people say, how old are you? I can't get up out of a chair or move or stuff without making a noise. Like if I get up out of a chair or out of the lounge, I'm like, "Hooah!" And apparently going to bed after 1 a.m. last Friday night, Saturday morning, I was like, ugh. I feel like Sophie presses a butt against you right on the edge of the bed. Mrs. Angry presses her butt up against me. I'm calling that a win. It was very funny the next day when she said I woke her up, and if I just kept going, bleh, bleh, and I think it was like every time I took off an article of clothing, I was just going, bleh. It's just absolutely ridiculous, absolutely just silly. But yeah, it's really weird because yeah, one week she'll say, "Oh, I didn't even know you came in. You were so quiet. You didn't wake me up." And last week it was like I was super naughty, and I think it was because I was too tired to be conscious of be fucking quiet, dude. Don't wake her up. I love that. Hypothetically, if she gets out of bed before you, like, where's the butt? Again, that's the whole thing about being in a relationship, snuggling up to someone and having their butt pressed against you. It's what it's all about. I'm I'm a big fan of it. Uh, butts, lady butts. Yeah, everyone has their own thing, but I am a big fan of sniggling. I feel like funny on Friday. You had like 20 laser. Yeah, because you were showing us laser discs and you were trying to get stuff uploaded. Oh, I meant to ask you. Fucking uh, the movie about COVID seems to have disappeared from your Plex. It's really weird because I stopped watching it about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before the end. Um, uh, and then I went back on and it's like not on the Plex anymore. And that was weird. That's never happened before. Did I not see? No, what did I not see? Oh, you made an A24 folder. Okay. I'll maybe look at that tomorrow because it was just a little bit more of the movie I had to watch. 133 A24 movies. Okay. Yeah, okay. Because I kind of got distracted and I was quite near the end, but I had to stop it. And so I haven't quite seen the end. And it literally, it had just fucking spiraled in a big way. The movie, and it was like I was literally watching it and went, holy shit, did that just happen? I love it when you're watching a movie. Eddington is pretty good. I love it when you're watching a movie or a TV show and it starts to spiral and you're watching it and go, oh fuck, did that just happen? It's pretty good. It's good. So I watched Mrs. Anger and I are really getting into Deadwood, which is like a 10, 15-year-old show. We're like 10 episodes into the first season. There's like 3 seasons and a movie. And I think the first season's 12 episodes. I'm not sure. We got 1 or 2 episodes in the first season. It's pretty good. Oh, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, Home Theory, the sniper bit is where it's like, wow, this just fucking kicked it up a notch. That was fucking wild. But I did watch. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the stream. I did watch Superman on your Plex on the weekend. Holy shit, Superman's really good. The James Gunn Superman fucking kicks ass. It is really good. I really liked it. There's a lot going on in that, and they set up so much for future movies. Like James Gunn did DC such a huge favor with that movie. He set up so much. But it was just enjoyable. The Superman movie was just really enjoyable. And it was really of today, I thought. Like Superman trying to fit into the modern world with media and social media and damn, it was just good. And also he was so squeaky clean. Like I feel like his first bit of dialogue, he says, golly. He's such a squeaky clean Superman. It's really funny. Superman's not even a long movie. And okay, my one thing with all the Superman movies is they never did a good Lex Luthor. And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is definitely one of the better Lex Luthors, but he's still too young. I think Lex Luthor should be like 50 and should be a really in control guy. That's just me. But some people like the Christopher Reeve Supermans. I don't really, but I think Gene Hackman, and I love Gene Hackman, but I think he's a ridiculous, stupid Lex Luthor. Oh god, I think the Lex Luthor from the Snyderverse is really stupid. Nicholas Holt's pretty good, but he's just too young. I think Lex Luthor has to be like 50. So, but yeah, James Gunn's a good filmmaker. Guardians of the Galaxy is great. His Superman movie is great. Not a huge Superman fan, but I think it's probably the best thing. Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Nicholas Holt, great actor, very, very, very good, and it's just literally the one thing I just kind of think Lex needs to be about 50, not in his 30s. Nicholas Holt is a really good actor. He is one of the better Lex Luthors. I I haven't watched the TV series. Like, there was fucking Dean Cain back in the 90s, Lois and Clark, and then there was another one, which I think was maybe just called Superman. But there was a recent one that was called Superman and Lois, which a lot of people liked. And the Lex Luthor in that was the dude who was in The Walking Dead. But I didn't watch that. I feel I still haven't watched any of the Megan movies, actually. Even though I think they look kind of good, I haven't watched them. But yeah, I know the Lex Luthor in the recent TV series, which I think is called Superman and Lois. He is older, so maybe that works. But yeah, I think they've consistently failed to do a good Lex Luthor. I've already watched Megan 2 on the weekend. Like Aliens, one's horror, two's action. I was having this conversation with Mrs. Angry because we watched the first episode of Alien Earth. That's getting back to the horror of Alien. Alien, the original, is haunted house in space. Alien 2, Aliens, is an action film. I need to rewatch Alien 3. That was like an early David Fincher feature. A lot of people don't like it, but I feel like I need to rewatch it. And then there's the one with the French guys. What's that called? Was it Alien Resurrection? I fucking liked it. A lot of people hate it. I really fucking like it. Hopefully you're going holiday 2 weeks. That means Plex is offline for 2 weeks. That's fine. You've heard bad things about the show. Okay, it won't be updated, but will it be available is the question. I think Mrs. Angry has not gotten into Alien Earth because it's leaning heavily into the horror, and she's not really into horror movies. So I might end up watching it alone. But I think it. Look, maybe they overdid it on the exposition in the first episode, but give them a break. They're trying to go for a new audience. But I feel it's leaning heavily into the horror vibe, plus also having a young tech bro being a sociopathic, risk-taking asshole. I'm not going to put any spoilers, but you've got a young tech genius, the world's youngest trillionaire, making exceptionally risky calls with technology. And it's just like, yeah, you did not think that through, did you, bro? And it hasn't gone wrong. And I also want to stress, in the first episode, it hasn't gone wrong. But I'm just going like, you are making a really bad decision here. And the fact you can't see that this is definitely going to blow up in your face shows your hubris. It's just like, if you're outside it, you look at the decisions made for a particular sort of technology, and you just go, what the fuck? This is going to go so wrong for you, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. The Prime War of the Worlds is so fucking shit. Okay. So I will give them points for attempting to tell a War of the Worlds story in a different way. It's basically you got Ice Cube, middle-aged dad working for the NSA, and it's all like from the point of view of him at his computer trying to work out what's happening. But there's this whole cyber attack thing, which is just a Hollywood version of a cyber attack, which makes no sense whatsoever. And it's like intelligence insultingly stupid. And like another fun bit I pointed out at one point, there's his daughter, who's a medical scientist. When like the aliens attack, and there's mass chaos and destruction, and she's caught in the middle of it, and that's cool. But she's got like some shrapnel, basically a bit of metal from a building flies off, and stabs her in the thigh, and she's got this bit of metal stuck in her thigh. And at one point, it's like she pulled the spike out of her thigh because she thought that would stop the bleeding. Like anyone who knows the most cursory thing about medicine knows, like if something has stabbed you, you don't fucking pull it out, because the likelihood of you bleeding out when you do that goes up by a factor of 10. And the fact that they had a medical scientist pull this thing out of her leg is just like intelligence insulting. Also, Ice Cube, not a great actor. But it was just this ridiculous, dumb bullshit Hollywood idea of cyber attack. And there's also, there was a Chekhov's gun early, where, you see a plot point, you go, oh, that's obviously coming back. That's obviously going to be, and it was. If you don't know, hey, Nintendo Lunchbox, I'm shit talking it. If you don't know what Chekhov's gun is, Chekhov, famous Russian playwright, wrote some really influential stuff. He had a quote that's something along the lines, when you're talking about a play, you have a full stage play is in 3 acts, and it's like, if there is a gun on the mantle in Act 1, it has to go off by Act 3. It's basically, if someone shows you something early in telling the story, it's going to be pivotal later on. And there was a plot point. I won't, no spoilers, even though it's shit and I recommend you don't watch it. There was a plot point early in it, and it's like, that is obviously central to the resolution. And sure enough was. Nintendo Lunchbox, a MacGuffin is slightly different. A MacGuffin is a thing people in the story are chasing. The most famous MacGuffin is the Maltese Falcon, the old Humphrey Bogart movie. And spoiler alert, for a movie that's almost a century old, in the Maltese Falcon, they don't actually find the Maltese Falcon. But a MacGuffin is a thing that drives the plot. And the characters are after the MacGuffin. And I think, the most famous MacGuffin is the Maltese Falcon. So it's a MacGuffin is the thing the characters are after. It drives the plot, and most famously, Maltese Falcon, they never got it. But yes. Thank you, Safa, for saying I can spoil a century-old movie. But yeah, They're probably actually. It's good that you brought up MacGuffins and Nintendo Lunchbox. They're probably the two biggest plot devices in movies. The Chekhov's gun is when someone shows you something, it's going to come back later. Yes. LD, they found a Maltese Falcon, but it wasn't real. So at the end of the movie is like, we're going to go to this next place to find the real one. The MacGuffin is the other thing. It goes on. Yeah, Heine, that's a good one. The Pink Panther. The original Pink Panther, it was a diamond. Everyone's after the diamond. That's what drives the movie. And it's also fair to say James Bond movies, because James Bond's usually trying to solve or recover something. It's a MacGuffin. Same as the Mission Impossible. It's like so many movies. There's a MacGuffin. Most action movies, definitely most spy movies have a MacGuffin. Hopefully, Rosebud. Rosebud was a MacGuffin, definitely. The briefcase in Pulp Fiction, yes. Nintendo Lunchbox. Recently watched Zodiac. I still haven't watched that. That's about the Zodiac killer and people trying to trace them. Yeah, I guess actually, Hope the Elderly. I guess the ring in Lord of the Rings is a MacGuffin, although it's an actual thing that the characters have. So for me, that's not quite a MacGuffin, because often MacGuffins are a thing people never actually get. I don't know. I'll let a film theorist have a go at that. What's his name? Okay, you can tell I've had a couple of drinks, so I can't remember a really famous person's name. The guy in Zodiac. Okay. This is annoying me now that I can't remember his name. And he was in the Roadhouse remake. Jake Gyllenhaal. Just in case anyone writes it down. Say Nintendo Lunchbox, I got it. I know you wrote it just before I said it. But I said it just before I saw you write it. Jake Gyllenhaal. I was always trying to, and his sister Maggie. I actually think he was good in that Roadhouse remake. It maybe didn't work overall as a movie, but particularly his first big fight scene was hilarious. And Jake Gyllenhaal's just good, basically. That's what you love Maggie's body. Maggie Gyllenhaal's really good. I think they're both really good. She was in Secretary, yeah. She has the S&M relationship with James Spader. I feel like I need to watch that again, because I watched it years ago and I was like, oh yeah. And some people say, no, it's really good. So I feel like I need to re-watch that. But yeah. Maggie was amazing in Elf. She's generally really good. I think she's really good. I also think Jake is really good generally. But I did really like him in the Roadhouse remake. It was just his sense of humor was very funny. I think the best was the first big fight with the motorcycle guys. Redford. I haven't watched Elf in ages. It always gets trotted out around Christmas for the obvious reasons. All right. I'm just going to put some of this liqueur on ice. My excuse always doing that at the end of a stream is so Mrs. Angry's orange peel gets flavored. She can put it in hot chocolate in the morning. Oh, yes. Maggie and Jake were brother and sister in Donnie Darko. Yes. Greg, you watched Elementary, even though it frustrated you. Yeah, I watched a few episodes of it. I liked it. Safa, excellent question. What am I watching tomorrow? Probably some more Deadwood. I don't know if Mrs. Angry wants to watch any more Alien Earth. But we got to find out, unless we're just fucking marathoning Deadwood, we'll have to find something else, because a few things we were watching finished, like Revival. And what was that one on Netflix? Untamed on Netflix is quite good. And Strange New Worlds is just coming out one episode a week. The Gilded Age just finished the new season. So we've either got to find something else, or we're just going to keep binging through Deadwood. Like finish season 1 and get started on season 2. So I breathed in at the wrong time. Oh, God. God damn. All right. Okay. Got that. 3 months. Look, I made it to 10. I didn't know if I was going to make it to 10, but I did. Because you all kept me going. You got to keep me going in chat. I get invigorated by the chat going. It's all good. Oh, we're talking about John and Joan Cusack as well. John Cusack has no qualms about playing shithead characters, I think. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try not to die. I'm going to go to bed. I'll be back on Thursday in all probability. So you'll take care, and I'll see you another time. But say bye for now. Bye.
You are totally